And for a deeper look into what's impacting markets, I'm joined by Ross Gerber, CEO of Gerber Kawasaki. Ross, thanks very much for speaking to us today. Now, what's driving this hesitation that we're seeing on the markets, and what exactly are these investors waiting for?
Well, first of all, valuations are very high for U.S. stocks and stocks across the world because of obviously the Federal Reserve having low interest rates. So to see the markets sort of pausing here and waiting to see what happens with earnings it seems normal to me. I still think the market's very expensive, and yet I do think we're going to have a pretty good earnings season actually.
Talking about the earnings season that's coming up, ahead of the results, where should investors be putting their money?
Well, clearly technology is still a huge winner, not only because they're better businesses than most, American businesses, but also because the pandemic has, it's really exacerbated the need to implement technologies in businesses across the world. And this has been a huge boon for many technology companies, and they're continuing to benefit for this. So if you're an online company now, you're booming, and if you're a tech company that serves other businesses, you're booming. And so this is the best place to be in the stock market, and I think it will be again this year.
Now, we know that it's been a pretty chaotic end to the Trump presidency. Of course, we're expecting Joe Biden to be sworn in on the 20th of January amid surging coronavirus cases as well. What kind of stimulus measures are we expecting from the next administration, and just how quickly are they likely to implement them?
Well, fortunately, America got a huge pass by beating the Republicans in the Trump party in this election. That this is so hugely important for America moving forward as we pivot away from just the regressive, horrendous policies of the Trump administration to a much more progressive set of policies under Biden. And by controlling all three branches of government, they can implement a strategy that will be very effective in doing several of very important things. One, we have to get America healthy, and they'll have a vaccine distribution plan versus Trump's plan, which is basically who cares. Number two, they will be providing stimulus to people who actually need it. This is a big thing here. Many people in America are doing fine. They're saving money and they're investing. 85% of the society is doing okay, but the 15% that have lost their jobs, and they're typically in the service professions, are struggling and suffering mightily, and they need help, and they need not only unemployment insurance but stimulus. So we expect the Biden administration to be very aggressive in supporting states and also supporting individuals, which will be great for helping people through this time and helping the economy. There will be more money printing. We don't expect changes in taxes on the short term. So this is an environment that I want to be an investor, but considering we're in the midst of a coup right now, until the perpetrators of the coup are arrested and jailed, I'm still pretty, worried on the short term. So longer term, I'm a bull.
Ross, thank you very much for those insights. That was Ross Gerber, CEO of Gerber Kawasaki.